Hey Staten Island, this is HealthWish, a conversation about the state of healthcare in the fabulous 5th borough. Our aim is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health. Because when we raise health, we raise everyone.
Today we're here at Sally Southern, one of the many restaurants owned by my friend Peter Botros. He's passionate about helping the community, dedicated to the fight against cancer, and he's an amazing chef too. I can't wait to sit down with him and maybe even eat some food. I'm Jamie Lynn Homan, and this is HealthWish. Peter, I feel like we're in your home right now. It's so cozy in here, but really all of your restaurants have unique theming. They all have a special meaning too, so just tell me a little bit about them.
So we have, like a wide array of different genres of cuisine, and we really like to make the space match the cuisine and really go as detailed as possible. So, we're in Sally Southern right now. We really like to capture the essence of the type of cuisine that we're doing. So, this being Sally Southern, we really wanted to hit that vibe of, home cooking, stick to your ribs, comfort food. And as you know, Sally's is named after my partner, Phil Farinacci's late mother, Sally Curtis. And she loved fried chicken, and she had a great recipe for it. And she had a few other really good Southern comfort food recipes. So we talked about, taking those recipes and extrapolating on them and putting together this kind of restaurant. And, we went deep into the theme here, and it does feel like down home,
Definitely, and I've had the food here. It's absolutely amazing. I
Thank
love
you.
Southern food. It's so good. But when we met back in 2017, you only had 2 restaurants at that point. And today you have 11, and 2 of them were open during the pandemic, so including this one. So what has this been like? And tell me a little bit about all the different ones.
Yeah, so it's definitely been a challenge the last 2 years, especially in the restaurant industry. It's, it's been open, then closed, and open, then closed, and following rules and keeping safe, but also trying to keep the doors open because it was virtually impossible during, the pandemic. So like you said, we had 2 when we met, which already was too much, but I kind of have the itch all the time to keep going. We have the creative juices, and we really want to bring different restaurant themes to the island. So, naming them all is a little bit of a challenge, but I'll try.
I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
So I'll get it done in order. So when you and I met, I had the Stonehouse. We were just about to open Violette's Cellar. After that, we opened Sophia's, which we have 3 locations of. Then we have Sally's Southern and Rustic Pizza. And we also have one on the way, Lighthouse Point. That's a couple of years out down by the ferry. It's a really exciting space, and we think it's going to be an amazing venue.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, and outside of the Staten Island restaurants, we also have 2 in the Catskills. One in Margaretville, the Binnakill Tavern, and one in Pine Hill, that's Tito Benditos.
Oh my gosh, so you're just all over the place.
A little busy.
And I'm not going to ask you your age, you don't have to say it, but you are very young.
I don't mind, 35.
There you go, 35 years old, have 11 restaurants that you own and pretty much run every single day. Where does the drive come from? How do you do it?
There's nothing like the restaurant industry. It's a ton of fun. You get super close with your colleagues, employees, team members. You have a blast every day. You're bringing joy to people. It's always a special occasion, whether people are going out for a Tuesday night and just want to have a great bite, and a good meal, or at the Stonehouse we're doing weddings, and at Violette's we're doing engagement parties and bridal showers and baby showers. And it's always a fun environment. Is it stressful and difficult and one of the hardest things you could ever do? Absolutely, but I can't get enough. We're always looking to keep going and keep branching out and doing different themes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And they all are so very different. So you have so many different restaurants, so many different cuisines, different themes, but the one thing that is always consistent, your customers always say, not just about the amazing food and drink, but also that they always feel like family when they're here. And I know family is very important to you, so I want to talk about Violette's Cellar, and I know it was named after your mom, so just tell me a little bit about what her influence was with that.
Yeah, so she passed from breast cancer when I was 14, and when we opened the restaurant, we wanted to give back, and we wanted to find somewhere that the money that we gave back from the sales of the restaurant would have an impact, not only for cancer patients, but the island as a whole. So we came to you guys and we sat down, we talked about how we can make a difference and how we can make an impact. And from there, we decided that we were going to, make a pledge of $250,000 to the Comprehensive Cancer Center that at the time was not yet named the Florina Cancer Center. And it was special. And, our group, our team members and our customers really rally around that idea and support the restaurant. And it's been amazing.
Definitely. And you guys did come in right at the very start. You knew that you wanted to be a part of it. And it's not just because you were affected with your mom, actually, with cancer. I know that you had your own personal experience with a rare form of cancer. How did that change your life? Definitely
was a pivotal point, people don't realize. And I think there's, new information coming out all the time that's kind of shedding light on this. But, there is male breast cancer. And I was diagnosed with that back in 2012 when I was 26 years old. And that kind of shook up my life. I was a mortgage banker at the time. It's a great career, very lucrative. I was lucky to be very good at it, but it wasn't necessarily fulfilling. So after the diagnosis and after treatment and, getting over that point in my life, I decided that I wanted to do what I loved, and that happened to be the insanity of restaurants.
And you're doing amazing at it too. So you took something that really deeply impacted your life, but you found what makes you happy and what brings you joy. And now you're taking that joy and it's spilling it over to help other people. Like you mentioned, you've given $250,000 you've committed to Staten Island University Hospital's Florina Cancer Center. And you're not doing it on your own. Like you said, you use the help of your customers, you use the help of everybody for sure. And you have events all the time, which are really fun. So tell me a little bit, what's your favorite event that you've done?
So Violette holds 4 major events every year. And the goal of the events is not only to have a great, unique experience, in our venue, but the proceeds from those events go towards our commitment of that $250,000. And at this point, we're actually ahead of our commitment, even through the difficulties of COVID. So we host Meatballs and Martinis.
That's one of my favorites, for sure. I know you do it.
Scotch and spirits. Scotch and spirits, Soiree. We also do an all-star chef's dinner, and we do cocktails for cancer.
Yes.
So those 4 events a year get a huge turnout, great support from the community, great support from other restaurateurs. We invite anybody on the island, to come and join our goal and our mission. So it's been a really fun and rewarding experience.
And your outreach has been incredible, because the last event I was at, actually, we met a couple who just found out about the event through coming to your restaurant. Now they come to all of them because they said, if we're gonna eat out, if we're gonna do this, we might as well help the community. And I know that's exactly how you feel as well.
That's been something that we see all the time, and it's really a great feeling, and it's a nod to all the staff, because I'm very blessed and lucky to have the best there is, right? We have the best servers, the best bartenders, the best bussers, hosts, managers, chefs. I couldn't be luckier with the team that we have. And again, especially through COVID, it's been very difficult to get staff. So the core staff that we have has done double duty and done a great job and done it with a smile on their face. And it's been really great. But to touch on the point that you said before, we find that anybody who goes to one of the restaurants finds out about the group of restaurants and makes their way to each one. And it's great to see people who I met at Sally's, and then a week later I see them at Violette's, and then a week later I see them at the Stonehouse. So that's a great feeling.
Definitely. And you're not just giving back to the hospital for our projects. You actually also, at Violette's Cellar, which is close to the hospital's heart, on Thursdays you even do a discount for our employees, which is wonderful.
Yeah, we did that right from the beginning because we made that big commitment. And as you know, restaurants are very risky and not very profitable. So after making that commitment, my partners, Mark Zerlo, Phil Farinacci, we walked out of that meeting and we said, oh boy, we gotta figure out how to raise this money now. We made this commitment, we're gonna stick to it. We gotta figure out how to get that money to the hospital. So that, we were brainstorming not only the events, but to pick a day during the week where anybody who came out to eat, we would take a specific percentage, in this case 20% of their bill, and put that towards our commitment, and also to reward the hospital staff by giving them a discount for coming in that day also. So it was kind of like a double duty day.
Well, we so appreciate everything you've done. So tell me just a little bit about what's next. You mentioned you have a new restaurant that's opening in the maybe distant, not so distant future. Tell me a little bit about it.
We have a big project at Lighthouse Point. I can't give away too many details because there are some things that are going to be firsts on the island, but it will be an event space, a food hall, and a high-end restaurant. all
Wow.
in the same area. It's about 27,000 square feet of indoor-outdoor space in a historic building from the 1860s.
Wow, I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah,
We're
it's
so
gonna be
looking
great.
forward to it. And on behalf of everybody at our hospital and on the island who's going to benefit from this new center, we thank you. Thank you for joining us today
thank you
and
for having me.
everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you for joining us. See you next time on HealthWish.
HealthWish wishes to thank Chef Peter Botros and the entire supporting cast at Bread and Butter Hospitality. Bread and Butter sponsors 4 amazingly delicious and fun charitable events each year to support the fight against cancer. To get involved, please contact Susan at breadbutterhospitality.com. Again, that's Susan at breadbutterhospitality.com, or reach out through any of their restaurants. Thanks for watching HealthWish. We hope to see you again soon.